Hi, this is Scott Geitler from Blue Water Photo, and today we're going to talk about a very exciting new underwater housing from Nauticam for the Nikon D7100. Nikon DSLR shooters have been waiting a long time for this camera. A lot of people with the D80, D90, D300, D7000 have been waiting for this camera to upgrade, and I'll tell you right off the bat, it's definitely worth it. This is the Nauticam housing. It's the second housing to come out for this camera. The Isolate housing was first. I've been playing around with the housing a lot, and more importantly also playing around with the camera. So let's start off talking about the Nikon D7100. I've been for years shooting with the Nikon D300 and D7000. The Nikon D7100 ups the megapixels from 16 to 24 megapixels, and it greatly improves the autofocus. Instead of 39 autofocus points, we now have 51, and the autofocus with different lenses is significantly better. I definitely noticed a difference over the D7000, and it's going to be a big difference over the other older Nikon DSLRs. So the upgrade is completely worth it. The Nikon D7100 also has a really nice 1.3 crop factor for video, which means that you can shoot stuff with video further away, wildlife, macro for underwater, sharks, without having to edit the video. It basically crops it down to 16 megapixels, which is great. It's a really nice feature. So the detail of the D7100 is amazing. The high ISO performance, ISO 6400, is amazing. The price is great. This is an awesome camera, and it's our top pick overall for a crop sensor DSLR for underwater photography. And the lens selection is amazing, and we have all that information on the website. Let's talk about the Nauticam housing. The Nauticam housing just came out. We have several of them in stock. The housing is very ergonomic, as all the Nauticam housings are. They do a great job of putting the controls where you need them. Let's start with opening the housing. Just push the red buttons, open, and it lifts right up. Here's all the controls. You can see there's a lot of great engineering that goes into making this housing. You have a nice O-ring. It's easy to see if the O-ring is dirty. You have a camera tray that slides in and out very easily. And let's close the housing back up, and it's securely locked. Port changes have never been easier. You basically just push this lever down, and it does an internal rotation of a bayonet, and you can take your port on and off. Speaking of ports, there's a great port selection. There's 4-inch ports, 8-inch, 9-inch ports from Zen. They have support for a large range of lenses, including the Sigma 17 to 70, which is a nice mid-range lens, and all the macro and wide-angle lenses you would ever need. The depth rating of this housing is 100 meters, 330 feet, which is very deep. There's big knobby dials, so it's easy to use with gloves. The rear controller of the D7100 camera is very nicely implemented in this housing. This rear dial sort of mimics the rear controller of the D7100, which makes it easy and convenient to use underwater to push this dial. The housing comes with 2 fiber optic ports. Most people end up using fiber optics, probably with the excellent YSD1 strobe, which is what I recommend with this housing, and it'll perform excellent TTL with the camera. There's also an optional bulkhead, so you can use an electronic sync cord, or you can get an external DP4 monitor for video. It comes with a standard viewfinder, but you can get a 180 or 45 degree viewfinder, which a lot of customers get, and they're very, very happy with these viewfinders. They make a huge difference. All the controls are labeled, like ISO, review. You have focus lock right here. All the controls are easily accessible by my hands. The grips feel good. If you have very big heavy lights, you'll want to keep these metal brackets on, which give the handles a lot of support. You have the ability to pop the flash up and down inside the housing if you're using fiber optics. So this carries on the tradition of the great housings like the D800 and the D7000. Overall, we really like it. We highly recommend it. We know all the different port options and lens options, camera settings very, very well. So please don't hesitate to call with any questions. Contact us. Call us or email us at sales@bluewaterphotostore.com, and thank you so much for watching the video.